If you feel okay with sit, please do. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to stand up. It's a bit wet. I'm not sure if you want to. Israelis, I apologize that I'm using this stupid device, but I'm going to die. My throat is... I know. I haven't started yet.
Yeah, we're waiting for other people.
I know, right? Yeah, Genesis, time is money. Come over, please. Don't block the way. Come over. Come to daddy, come to daddy.
Yes! We have cats too, but not so many.
I've never seen squirrels.
No?
They're kind of
You don't want to pet them.
also the cats.
Oh, right. You don't want to pet the cats?
Elias, come to daddy.
Take my advice.
Madison Square Car.
I pet the dog.
Madison?
In French it means doctor. In English it means
Oh, Madison.
I'm afraid
It's just a name. Madison.
Okay. Gentlemen and geniuses. Our stories take us back to something that really changed the world. And they think that... I'm not. I'm sorry to call you geniuses after you broke the record in the minefields.
Yeah, that's true.
And then a day later, in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I'm not making fun of you. I mean, of you specifically, yes, Rachel. So, our story takes us back to an event that changed the whole world. This event happened in 1492. What happened in 1492 that changed the world? Talk to me.
Columbus discovered America.
That's bullshit. Who cares about that? I'm talking about something important, guys. Exactly that. I don't know how to say that in English, but the exile of the Jews from Spain and Portugal.
Oh.
What?
The Inquisition.
Yes, I know. Mr. Columbus found a small continent called America. And then you show the Indian what the two-state solution is, yes? But beside that, that was only for the joke, really. But beside that, the King of Spain and the Queen of Portugal exiled or threw out the Jews from Portugal and from Spain. And those Jews that had been kicked out from Spain and Portugal was looking for a place to live in. Most of them went to Morocco, to Egypt, to other cities, countries in Europe, and few of them came over here to Israel. Out of the few that came to Israel, really little of them, really small amount of them went to Jerusalem, and most of them came over here to Tzfat. Why they came to Tzfat? What they look for in Tzfat? The beginning of the 16th century. It became to be holy, I think, thanks to them. I'm going to surprise you. Probably not going to surprise you, but I'm going to surprise the Israelis. They came over here because back there in Spain, they used to make fabric. And in order to make fabric in the 16th century, you have to use energy and you have no electricity. So you use the energy of water, okay? And right below Tzfat, there is a small stream called Amud stream. Over there, they built 28 factories that use the energy of water in order to make fabric. Why it's so unique? Because today in Israel, off the record, many ultra-Orthodox, under kind of status quo that we have, unfortunately, are not going to work. They are enjoying my tax money and live in their own community, not serve in the army, and get not a lot of money. They are not rich people, to be honest, but they are enjoying tax money, not work, not serve in the army, and live in Israel. I'm saying that because you know me already. I like my country a lot. There is a lot of things that you as an American can take from us. There is billions of things that we can take from you. There is also a bad thing in Israel. I think, personal opinion, that's one of the bad things. And think about it. Back then in the 16th century, those people came over here in order to find a way to make money. They said we can work on daytime, and later on nighttime we can learn Torah or Kabbalah or whatever we want. Makes sense, right? However, they came over here, and after a few years joined them the most important person, Rabbi Ari. Ari, it's an acronym in Hebrew, stands for Eloki Rabbi Yitzchak, means the godness Rabbi Yitzchak, Isaac. Okay? Think about it. If somebody in the Orthodox community called somebody the godness, it's probably a big deal. And he was a big deal. Why he was a big deal? Because he was the first one that actually explained or Persian the book called Zohar, which is the main book or the first book of Kabbalah, of the mystic part of Judaism. Few words about this book and then we'll continue. I guess that you cannot stand for a long time. I can't. I know about myself. In the Gemara, which is one of the holy books of Judaism, it's written that 3 rabbis used to say 2,000 years ago, a Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Yosei. They were under the Roman rules, and they said and speak together. The first one that spoke was Rabbi Yehuda. He said, well, the Romans, they are great. They build bridge, they pave road, they build markets for us. They are great rulers. I like the Romans a lot. Rabbi Yosei haven't said any word, not for good and not for bad. And Rabbi Shimon said, hey, that's bullshit. Everything they are doing for their own good. They pave roads in order to take money from us, tax money. They build market in order to put our girls as prostitutes over there. That's the word of the Gemara. It's not my word, for a change. And the Romans heard about this conversation, so they took Rabbi Yehuda, who talked good thing about them, and made them a small ruler in the Galilee area, in this area. Rabbi Yosef says that haven't said anything about them. They didn't do anything to him, and they start to run after Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Shimon was hide in a synagogue. Later on, he ran away and hide in a cave in Mount Meron, which is nearby. In this cave, he was hiding for 12 years with his son. During these 12 years, according to the tradition, he wrote the book of the Zohar. This book, if you ask an Orthodox people, they'll tell you that you cannot learn it unless you are a man, 40 years old, and after you learn all the Gemara. I have to say that I opened this book twice in my life, and I read a bit. I probably didn't understand enough, because you have to be... It's not Harry Potter, you cannot understand it as is. But the pages I read was about... circulating of souls. That makes sense? Yeah. And also about how can you tell about someone what kind of character he have by his face. If you have big nose, big ears, small ears, you know, all the big nose are really cute people. However, according to the tradition over there in the cave, they wrote down this book. After 12 years, a voice came from the sky, and they heard the Roman ruler that was running after them has been passed away, and they could get out. They went out, and then they saw somebody walk in the field. They couldn't understand how he's walking the field and doing such a material thing when they are in such a high spiritual level. 12 years, then only learned Torah. Just from looking at him, he became to be a pile of stone. Another voice came from the sky and told them, guys, I didn't ask you to leave the cave in order to destroy my world. Go back to the cave. They went back to the cave for the 13 years, and then they left after 13 years. They saw somebody run back to his home for Shabbat with myrtle in his hand, and they looked at him, nothing happened. They understood this is the time to leave. But the book they wrote was abandoned for hundreds and hundreds of years till the 16th century over here in Tzfat, when Ari came over, read this book, explained this book to his students, to his people, and from this moment on, this city became to be the capital city of Kabbalah, and people who want to deal with Kabbalah or mystics of Judaism come over here to learn. Over here there's many schools about those issues, and we're gonna see small part of this mystics of Judaism. By the way, talking about Madonna the singer, you know, she has some issues with Kabbalah. Every time she's in Israel, she's coming over here, she's going to the tomb of Ari. And yeah, I'm sure this is what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai thought about it when he was in Israel. I'm sure. Yeah, and she's also very Jewish. This is what Judaism is all about. Let's go to see the temple itself.